In organized sports, match fixing is the act of playing or officiating a contest with the intention of achieving a predetermined result, violating the rules of the game and often the law. There are many reasons why match fixing might take place, including receiving bribes from bookmakers or sports bettors, and blackmail. Competitors may also intentionally perform poorly to gain a future advantage, such as a better draft pick or to face an easier opponent in a later round of competition. A player might also play poorly to rig a handicap system. It is a common occurrence in lower divisions or amateur leagues. But today we will look at professional level match fixing. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video. The match-fixing trial in Italy involving Juventus, Lazio, Milan, and Fiorentina takes us back 17 years to 2006. During a technical surveillance operation by the Italian police to track the connections of a mafia, something caught their attention. When it was discovered that several clubs in Italy were manipulating referee appointments, intelligence services intensified their focus on this issue. The match-fixing scandal, involving clubs such as Juventus, Lazio, Fiorentina, and Milan, came to light, leading to a thorough investigation known as Operation Clean Feet. This scandal, which captured the nation's attention, did not drag on for years. The court quickly reached its decision, imposing heavy penalties that dealt a blow to Italian football. Juventus, the 2005 and 2006 Serie A champions, was relegated to Serie B due to the proven match fixing. While the 2005 title remained untouched, the 2006 championship was revoked. Not only were they relegated, but they were also given a -17-point deduction at the start of the Serie B season. The punishment extended beyond the national level, with UEFA also taking action. Juventus was stripped of the right to play in the 2006-2007 Champions League. As a result of the relegation and subsequent penalties, key players began leaving the team. Fabio Cannavaro, the Ballon d'Or winner and captain of the World Cup-winning Italian national team in the same year, had already transferred to Real Madrid. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, a notable figure in Serie A at the time, moved to Inter, while Patrick Vieira, signed for €20 million at the beginning of the season, joined Inter for €9 million. Other core players such as Zambrotta, Adrian Mutu, Emerson, and Lilian Thuram also departed. The iconic words of Pavel Nedved, a legend of the team, resonate during this season: "If a team is relegated, players leave, but men stay." According to Nedved, none of those who left were true men. Now, if you were in a similar situation, what would you do? Would you stay with the team if they were relegated due to match fixing? I'm looking forward to your answers. As for the other teams involved, Milan started the next season with a -8-point penalty, Fiorentina began with a -19-point deduction, and their Champions League participation rights were revoked. Lazio, facing a similar fate, began the new season with a -11-point penalty, and their right to participate in the UEFA Cup was taken away. In addition to these penalties, 19 referees affiliated with the Italian Football Federation and executives of clubs involved in match fixing received fines and bans. The Totonero scandal, Milan Lazio. Milan's involvement in match fixing is not limited to the 2006 incident, it has a history of such cases. In 1980, Milan's president, Colombo, and some players from Lazio were arrested on charges of engaging in illegal betting. Milan and Lazio were found to have manipulated matches through betting, leading to their relegation to a lower division in 1980. Lecce, Perugia, and Genoa also faced penalties in this case. The Genoa match-fixing case. Describing match-fixing scandals in Italy seems to have no end, and Serie A stands out as the league with the highest incidence of match-fixing among major leagues. Despite Italian teams facing severe penalties for match-fixing, these incidents seem to recur. Now, I will narrate an incident involving Genoa club. In the midst of these events, Genoa, a team competing in Serie B, the second division of Italian football, found itself in a significant position after a successful season. They faced Venezia with the aim of securing promotion to Serie A. Genoa won the match, earning the right to move up to Serie A. However, a match-fixing scandal unfolded. It was revealed that Genoa had paid €250,000 to Venezia for the final match. As a result of this discovery, Genoa was relegated to Serie C, the third tier of Italian football. Instead of achieving promotion to Serie A, they found themselves in Serie C. The Marseille match-fixing scandal. Now we're going back even further, about 30 years, to 1993. During this era when French football was making its mark in Europe, Marseille stood out as the most successful team in French history, having won both the Champions League and the Domestic League in the 1992-1993 season. However, the celebrations and joy were short-lived. Just a week before the Champions League final against Milan, Marseille had won against Valenciennes in the league with a 1-0 score. After the Champions League final, Valenciennes player Christopher Robert revealed that he had received a money offer from Marseille. Teammates Glassman and Barukaga also disclosed similar offers, each player being offered 250,000 French francs to play poorly and lose the match. Even before these revelations, there were suspicions about the match. Robert had conveniently gotten injured and left the field in the early minutes, while Barukaga played with little enthusiasm. Glassman, on the other hand, had one of the most determined performances of his life because he was the only one among the three who did not accept the offer. Glassman reported his teammates' actions to the coach and later won the FIFA Fair Play Award in 1995. In the following years, teams like CSKA Moscow and Rangers accused Marseille of offering them money. At that time, Arsène Wenger, who was the manager of AS Monaco, also claimed to have heard illegitimate things about Marseille. Following these allegations and statements, Marseille was accused of match fixing by the French courts. Their 1992-1993 season championship was stripped, and they were relegated. Despite being the reigning Champions League winners, Marseille couldn't immediately return to Ligue 1. They spent 3 years in the lower division. Even upon returning to the top flight, they couldn't immediately secure another championship. Marseille had to wait for a total of 15 years for their next league title. After this case, Marseille struggled for a long time to regain its former glory, and the match-fixing scandal continued to tarnish their illustrious history. The Germany match-fixing case, Rot-Weiss Oberhausen and Arminia Bielefeld, two mid-table teams fighting against relegation in the 1970-1971 Bundesliga season, were involved in a match-fixing scandal. Fearing relegation, both Oberhausen and Arminia Bielefeld allegedly made match-fixing offers to other teams. When it was discovered that they had secured their positions in the league through match-fixing, the German Football Federation, DFB, imposed severe sanctions. Rot-Weiss Oberhausen managed to stay in the Bundesliga, but the DFB showed no mercy due to the match-fixing allegations. They were demoted all the way down to the regional league. Arminia Bielefeld also successfully avoided relegation from the Bundesliga, but they too were demoted to a lower division due to the match-fixing scandal. The Portugal match-fixing case, Porto Boa Vista. In 2007, due to match-fixing allegations between these two teams, the Portuguese government initiated an operation named Final Whistle. As part of this operation, Boa Vista was relegated to the Portuguese second division. In the same season, Porto had 6 points deducted for offering bribes to Boa Vista. Likely, Porto, being a respected team in Portugal, was not relegated, or rather, could not be relegated. However, UEFA's stance on this matter was clear. After that season, UEFA banned Porto from the Champions League for the following season. The Greece match-fixing case, Olympiakos. The match-fixing case in Greece is quite convoluted, involving Olympiakos president, Marinakis, who is known to many as one of Greece's wealthiest and influential individuals. In 2011, Marinakis was implicated in a match-fixing case where it was alleged that he appointed referees for certain matches, interfered with federation decisions, and even personally selected the federation president. Olympiakos facilitated matches with other teams by sending them loan players, making those games easier. In some instances, Olympiakos president, Marinakis, even decided on the head coaches of certain teams in the Greek league. There were reports of phone taps revealing that Olympiakos wanted their former goalkeeper to become the head coach of Panionios, with half of his salary to be covered by Olympiakos. These details might be confusing to follow, as they are for me when narrating. In the end, based on phone tap evidence, the judge overseeing the case detained Marinakis. He was released after paying a €200,000 bail, but his connection with football was severed until the final verdict. While the Greek prosecutor handed down severe penalties, UEFA showed no concern. The runner-up of that season, Panathinaikos, requested Olympiakos' exclusion from European competitions and their replacement in the Champions League. However, UEFA did not find Olympiakos guilty and allowed them to participate in the Champions League. Years later, in 2021, the case concluded, and Olympiakos president, Marinakis, was acquitted of all charges. Yes, today we discussed match-fixing cases in football. Unfair gains have infiltrated even the entertainment sector that is football. The actions of administrations trying every means to look good in the eyes of their fans result in the fans themselves suffering. Some teams, like Juventus, have been excluded from the competition for several seasons, while others, like Marseille, cannot seem to return to their glory days. Hopefully, we won't see this absurd business in football history again. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. Goodbye.